Hey y'all, who's ready for an October TBR? Hey y'all, if you're new to my channel, I am Neva and this is Reading with Neva, and if you've been here before, welcome back. Today I am doing my TBR a little bit differently. I'm going to be doing all of the books that I plan to read for October, and then there will be a separate video that will be me playing my Gilmore Girls TBR game. We're also going to talk a little bit about the readathons that I will be participating in this month. So let's do that first. So this month, for October, I will be participating in 4 separate readathons. So the first readathon is the Camp Crystal Lake readathon. I am on Crystal's team from Bond Book Reviews. All of the hosts, really quick, will be down below for all of these readathons. I'm just going to talk about the hosts that I can remember because there is a lot going on for October. The second readathon I will be participating in is Black Oween-a-thon, which is hosted by Bree from Locked Booktition. I will also be participating in my own readathon that is hosted by me and my friend Reni from Reni Blue Reads, and our readathon is the Hocus Pocus readathon, and the final readathon that I will be participating in is Halloween Weekend readathon, which is hosted by Lexi from Books with Lexi and Michelle from Michelle's Library, along with a few other people. So this video is just going to be me going through all of the books that I am hoping to get to in October. Most of these will fit into the different readathons. Some of them, like the Black Oween-a-thon, I will be making its own dedicated TBR video because there are books that are not here, like that I'm not going to be talking about in this video, that will be in that video and on that TBR. But we are going to go through, I believe when I counted there were 33 books that I'm hoping to get to in the month of October. So let's begin. So the first book that I'm hoping to read in the month of October is The House of Earth and Blood. This is the first Crescent City novel. It's a big boy. I've already started it. I'm about 50 pages in. I know that this is not going to get done before the 1st, since today I believe is the 27th of September and the 1st is on Saturday. So this will not get done before the end of the month for September. So I'm going to roll this over into October, even though this isn't really like a spooky book. I picked this up on my Iowa trip, which there will be like a whole book haul that is also going up hopefully before this video, but if not, shortly after. And this was one of the books that I picked up then in that haul. So hoping to get to this. This is about an 800-page book, so wish me luck. The next book that I'm hoping to get to is The Gilded Ones. I think this will fit for Black Oween-a-thon. I have to check, but this is actually a book that my sister is letting me borrow, so I do want to get to this hopefully this month, but definitely by the end of the year so I can give it back to her. I don't know a lot about this book. I know that it's about a girl who, instead of having red blood, I believe she has gold blood, which gold blood is a sign of impurity. I don't know a ton about this book. I did read like the little synopsis that's right on like the inside cover, but I'm really not good about remembering what books are about, and I tend to like to go into them pretty blind. But I do believe that this is a YA book, and there is a second book called The Merciless Ones. So this is the first book, and I believe this is just a duology, but I could be wrong. The next book that I have is also a book that I borrowed. I borrowed it from my best friend, and this is actually a reread, but again, I think that this could fit a prompt for Black Oween-a-thon, and that is The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. I have read this book before. I really enjoyed this book. This book is about twin sisters who are black, but they are very light-skinned. One sister chooses to live her life as a black woman, a light-skinned black woman, and the other sister chooses to live her life as a white woman. So they are white passing, like skin tone wise. So the one sister chooses to live her life as a more affluent white woman, and their daughters end up crossing paths, and that opens up a whole thing. So that is this book. The next one I don't have a dust jacket for, but I also borrowed this from my sister. This is Legendborn. I have not read this book yet, but again, I'm hoping this will fit for Black Aweenathon. If not, I just want to read it. My sister did read this. She got this obviously from Book of the Month, and I believe this was the first Book of the Month book that she got, and I was skeptical about reading Legendborn because I knew that there were some mixed reviews on this in the Black community. A lot of people do like it, but some people had mixed feelings. So I kind of drug my feet picking this up, and then she was like, well, you can just borrow this. So now I have a reason to read it. So Legendborn is the next one. I have two books here that fit a prompt for Camp Crystal Lake. So the prompt that this fits is a face on the cover. I didn't have as many books as I thought that were thriller or horror that had a face on the cover, and I am trying to read as many spooky books as possible. So the first one I have is Girl Forgotten by Karen Slaughter. I got this in the August box for Book of the Month, and I just haven't picked it up yet, mostly because I was waiting for spooky season. August was like rom-comathon and stuff, so I wasn't reading a lot of spooky books. The other book that I have that could also fit this prompt is You Will Know Me by Megan Abbott. I grabbed this as an add-on one of the months for Book of the Month because this definitely came out in 2016, but both of these books will fit that prompt, so I'm hoping to get to either one or both of these. The next book that I have on my hope to read list is The New Girl by Jessie Q. Satanto, I believe is how you say her name. This is a YA thriller about a girl who transfers to a new school and is accused of murdering one of her classmates after they are discovered dead in a teacher's classroom. This I actually picked up not realizing that this was the exact same author as the Aunties duology, which is a cozy mystery series that I read last month. Hopefully that vlog will be coming out very soon because I did do a whole vlog around those books, or around cozy mysteries in general, but that is what this is. So I was super excited when I realized that it was the same person, so I really am excited for this. This is probably a 5-star prediction for me, because I really did love the Aunties duology, so I have high hopes for this one. The next book that I have was a gifted book. This was from my friend Lauren, and that is Hidden Pictures by Jason Reculok. I don't know how to say his last name, so sorry, Mr. Jason, if I butchered that. But this book has been a 5-star prediction for me as well. This is a thriller horror book. I believe it's both. Like, I believe there are horror elements to this as well, about a recovering drug addict who takes a nannying job, and during her time as a nanny, the child that she is nannying is drawing super creepy pictures. So throughout this entire book, there are like really creepy drawings in here that are done by the child in the book, and this was a book that I wanted to read when everyone was talking about it during the summer, but I drug my feet because I wanted the physical copy. So thank you to Lauren for sending me the physical copy. The next two books are part of a series. So last month I did read, or in September I did read a reread of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So I am wanting to read at least Good Girl, Bad Blood, but I would also like to get to As Good as Dead. Now I know that As Good as Dead has a lot of mixed reviews, and my dust jacket is ripped, but that's fine. I know that As Good as Dead has a lot of mixed reviews. A lot of people did not like it. My friend Rye from Rye's Reading Corner, I know she didn't like it. She says that she reads this series just as a duology, even though she does own As Good as Dead. She just doesn't reread it. So I'm hoping to love both of these, but I'm hoping to at least get to Good Girl, Bad Blood, but pray that I can also get to the third one. I'm hoping if Good Girl, Bad Blood is good enough, if I like it enough, that I'll just pick up the third one and finish. I would like to finish a series by the end of the year because I have a lot of series currently going. The next one that I have is The Counselors. This is by Jessica Goodman. She also wrote They'll Never Catch Us. I did not read this book. I did not read They'll Never Catch Us. But The Counselors, I believe I am buddy reading this with my friend Brittany from Brittany Loves Reading. This is technically like a summer thriller, but it is a YA thriller about a camp counselor or a girl who wants to be a camp counselor at this camp that she's been going to for years and years. She becomes a counselor and there are secrets, and that's really all that I know about this. Now, I don't know if Brittany is going to be reading it this month or not, but she and I do have another book that we are buddy reading, so I will talk about that. Hey, hi, hello. Editing Neva here, okay? Because I realized that I forgot to mention a book, which is a book that I said that I was going to be buddy reading with my friend Brittany from Brittany Loves Books. That book is Home Before Dark, I believe it's called. I'm going to put a picture right here. It is by Riley Sager. It will be my second Riley Sager book. I did read The House Across the Lake in October. No, not October. Oh no. I read House Across the Lake in August. So that's the book that I forgot to mention. Home Before Dark, Riley Sager. I am for sure buddy reading that with Brittany. Okay, bye. Okay, the next one that I have is The Dollhouse. This is by Sarah Ennis. I was blessed enough that during my trip to Iowa, I was able to go see her, and I picked up, she gave me the series. There are 3 books in the series. I have the other books down here, and she signed them for me, and so I am wanting to do a reread. This is the first book in that series. It is the Duality series. There are 3 books and then 2 ebook novellas as well. So I now have the full set, and I'm hoping to be able to get to a reread of this. It's not super long, 300 pages I think, which I know to some people is long. So I'm not saying, like, it's not super long for me. Yeah, 388 pages. It's not super long, and I remember it being a very quick read for me the first time. So I just really would like to do a reread of this. Then I have Finley Donovan is Killing It and Finley Donovan Knocks 'Em Dead. These are for the Bessie's Book Club, which is hosted by me and my friends Reni from Reni Blue Reads and Brittany from Brittany Loves Reading. These are the October picks for book club. So I actually read Finley Donovan is Killing It. I had listened to it last month, so I probably won't re-listen to it or reread it this month, but I wanted to hold these up for anyone that is wondering what those books are for Bessie's Book Club. But I will be re-listening to Finley Donovan at Knocks 'Em Dead, just to, you know, because it's fun. And they're quick books. I can listen to these in about a day, so I'm not really worried about that. So those are those ones. The next book I hope to get to is Hotel Magnifique. This was also gifted to me by my friend Jan from, I believe her channel is Jan's Crafty Life. She is one of my friends on YouTube, and she sent me this book. She sent me another book as well, but this is the book that I'm wanting to get to for this month. I don't know a lot about this book. Okay, this was added to my Amazon wish list because of the cover. I just think that the cover is so pretty. I don't feel like it's really giving justice, but this is like foiled, so it does like shine, and it's so pretty. But from what I understand, this gives like night circus vibes, and I don't know. It gives like Night Circus vibes, which is by Erin Morgenstern. So people were saying like, if you like Erin Morgenstern, you'll like this. I'm hoping I like this because I've only read The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern, and I DNF'd it because I had no idea what was happening. So this is supposed to be YA though, and Erin Morgenstern writes adult, like magical realism, literary type fiction. But it's supposed to give like Night Circus vibes and the Haunted Mansion vibes. So sounds spooky to me. As you can see, my book stack just growing over here. The next book that I hope to get to in October is Fairy Tale by Stephen King. This is his newest book. This is the newest book by Stephen King. I picked this up on my journey in Iowa as well. So I'm hoping to get to this book. I know this is supposed to have like the classic like Stephen King horror thriller elements, but also like fantasy elements to it as well. This is a chunky book. I think this one is like 800 pages. No, it's not. It's like 600 pages, which even for me is on the chunkier side of books. But you know what? I like a challenge. I love a good Stephen King book. So I'm hoping to really like it. And also this cover is just great. And no, I have not taken any of my stickers off from Half Price Books, and that is a vibe. That is fun. And then the last two physical books that I'm hoping to get to, because I do have over here on my laptop all of my ebooks and audiobooks that are listed, except of course for the Finley Donovan books. I'm doing those as audio, but since I have the physicals, I held them up. So the last two that I'm wanting to get to is the Amari series. As of right now, it's just a duology. So I received Amari and the Night Brothers, which is the first book from my friend Crystal from Bomb Book Reviews. She sent this to me as an early birthday present, so thank you to her for that. She also sent me a few other books and this will appear again in like my birthday haul, but I really can't wait to get to this book because I like Legendborn. I was dragging my feet on this one because for this one it was specifically because I wanted it as a physical book, because I want to be able to read it with Ari, which is my 5-year-old, if it's something that she can understand, because she really likes The Boy with the Lightning Scar, The Boy with the Lightning Scar, and I'm hoping that this will be a good alternative for her, because we really don't like the author of those series, and I didn't have another alternative, but she saw me open this and was already intrigued because the little girl on the cover was black, or as she says, brown, and she was very excited for a brown girl to have magical powers. I do not know a ton about this book. I do know that it gives Boy with the Lightning Scar vibes. I know it's a middle grade. That's about all I know. And I also know that the covers are stunning. So I have the first one, and then when I was in Iowa at Half Price Books, I was able to pick up the second one. This one literally just came out like a few weeks ago, and that is Amari and the Great Game. So I'm hoping to get to these because I would like to just read the entire series that's out if possible. Now we're going to grab my laptop and we're going to move on to my ebooks and audiobooks for the month. So the first one that I have is, and I will be putting photos up here of each of these books. That's why I did the physical books first. So the first one that I have is Echo by Thomas Oldhevelt. I have no idea. It will be right here. That is the Pyramid Book Club pick for October. Pyramid Book Club is hosted by Michelle from Michelle's Library, Monica from A Little Bit of Monica, and Lexi from Books with Lexi. So I did read one of the picks for September. I DNF'd the other one, so I'm hoping that I have a streak of liking these books. So I do have Echo. I borrowed it from the library, and I will be reading it as in ebook. The next book that I have for book club the only other one I have is Invisible Girl by Lisa Jewell. This is the book club, the Discord book club that is the Read with B and K book club, and that is hosted by Kelsey and Brittany from Brittany Loves Reading. I will find Kelsey's Instagram and I will put it in the description bar down below, but they are reading Invisible Girl by Lisa Jewell. I've read no Lisa Jewell ever in my life, but I did grab this one from the library as well, and I'm really excited to read my first Lisa Jewell with them. So this will be my first month participating in their book club, which, like I said, is on Discord, and I will try to link that down below as well. The next book that I have that will be an audiobook is My Best Friend's Exorcism. This is by Grady Hendrix, and it is the group book for Crystal's team for Camp Crystal Lake, which I believe is Team Haddonfield. I think that's how you say it. But that is our group book, and for anyone that's looking for it, you can read it with no credit. If you have Audible Plus, you can listen to it. So that's how I'm doing it, is I'm listening to it that way, because it was basically impossible for me to find this book anywhere. Like, I couldn't find it from the library, and when I looked for it while we were on our travels, I did not see it. So I could just be blind, but also it just might not have been in any stores. The next one that I have is The Bone Witch. This is a book that I have on Kindle Unlimited. It will fit one of the prompts for the Hocus Pocus readathon, because there is like a witch themed prompt. You have to have a book that has witches or covens or whatever in it. So I will be reading The Bone Witch to hopefully help knock out some of my Kindle Unlimited reads, because I have so many and they're just staring at me. The next one is also a Kindle Unlimited book, and it is Phantom, which is a dark romance retelling of the Phantom of the Opera. I have actually started this book already, but I'm wanting to finish it, honestly. I did start it like a few days ago, and it's really good, but I'm being really slow with reading it, and I'm not sure why. So I'm hoping that by putting it on my October TBR, I will get it busted out. Also, I read much quicker on my Kindle, so having a bunch of books on my Kindle that I also have to read may get books on my Kindle knocked out quicker, so that I can focus more on the physical books. The next two are also Kindle Unlimited books, and those are Jar of Heart and Creep by Jennifer Hillier. So Jar of Hearts, I've heard everyone talking about Jar of Hearts, and then I saw that a bunch of her books are on Kindle Unlimited, so I grabbed them. So Jar of Hearts will be one that I'm reading, and then the last Kindle Unlimited book is also by Jennifer Hillier, and that is Creep. I know nothing about either of these books. I'm going to be honest. I'm going into them completely blind. I know they're super dark. My friend Kim loves Jennifer Hillier, but that's really all I know. So the next book that I have is The Weight in Blood, or The Weight of Blood. I think it's The Weight of Blood. I have that one from Libby. This is one that I am adding to my Black-O-Ween-a-thon TBR as well. I believe it is a Carrie retelling. That's what I'm being told. It looks very Carrie-esque, like the cover of it, which will be right here, looks very Carrie-esque. But I believe it is a Carrie retelling with a Black main character. So I'm excited for that. The next one that I will be reading is also a Libby book. All the rest of these are from Libby, but they are ebooks. So Hocus Pocus, I was able to grab that from my library. So this is the bind up that is Hocus Pocus and the new prequel. Originally the Hocus Pocus book was just Hocus Pocus by itself, but now that the new movie is coming out, or has come out, it may be out by now. I don't think so, because but when I'm filming this, it comes out Friday, and it's Tuesday when I'm filming this. So Hocus Pocus, I was able to grab that from my library, so I will be reading that, and that's super exciting because for the Hocus Pocus readathon, we are watching both movies. The next book that I have is Never Coming Home. This, I don't know anything about this book. I grabbed it because it looked spooky, and it was a cover thing for me. Like, the cover was cool, so I grabbed that one. I also am hoping to finish Mary by Nat Cassidy. This one I had started, but I have not finished it, so I'm hoping to finish it. That's really it. I'm hoping to finish it. This is also a Carrie retelling, but it has an older woman in it. The next book that we have is If We Were Villains. I know nothing about this book. Absolutely nothing. It's been suggested to me. I believe my friends Ollie and ML have read it, and I'm pretty sure they were the ones that suggested this book to me. If not, they can yell at me later. But it has been suggested to me in sprints more than once, so I just went ahead and grabbed it from the library. I literally don't know anything about it. So, moving on. The next one that I have is The Lost Apothecary. This is about like a woman that runs an apothecary and she's killing men. It's a vibe to me. My friend Brittany from Brittany Loves Reading, I know that she just read this, I believe in September, and she was like, yes, you need to read it. Definitely read it. So that's what we're doing. We're going to read. And the last one that I have is 5 Total Strangers. Again, I really don't know anything about this book other than it is a thriller. That's really all that I know. So, friends, those are my 33 books that I'm hoping to get to in the month of October. I'm sure that some of these will become audio books. I'm sure I'm not going to physically read. There's like 20 something books physically that I'm hoping to read. So I'm sure that most of them I will try to find, either I'll immersion read them or I will just try to find the audio for them. But those are my 33 books that are on my potential TBR for October. I will be making a Black Aweenathon specific TBR video as well, and then I will be doing my Gilmore Girls game, but since this video is almost 30 minutes long and I don't know that there is a ton that I'm going to be able to cut out, this is where I'm going to leave y'all. So watch out for this video. Well, you already have seen this video, but if the other videos go up after this one, watch out for those. So there definitely will be a Black Aweenathon specific TBR video and a Gilmore Girls game video where I will be playing my Gilmore Girls game. This will be the second month, so hopefully I can get some of these books to fit those prompts. I probably will be stretching prompts for the Gilmore Girls game this month. So yeah, so that's where I'm going to leave you. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, go ahead and leave me some kind of spooky emoji down in the comments. Let me know what you plan on reading this month, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.